Imagine giving your students a virtual field trip where they can explore rainforests, deserts, Arctic habitats, and the coral reef, all without leaving the classroom. Students simply view the map, click on a location, view images, videos, view presentations, and much more, and explore all at their own pace. I built this entire virtual field trip all within 10 minutes using AI. Today I'm going to show you how to use ChatGPT, Canva AI presentations, and Padlet Maps to create a stunning virtual field trip for your students. Once you see this workflow, you'll be able to recreate this process for any subject or topic that you teach. As I've mentioned in several of my other videos, one of the biggest challenges that teachers are currently facing is time spent planning engaging lessons. Virtual field trips can be amazing experiences for your students, but they typically take hours to create. So today I'm going to show you how to cut down on that time using AI. For my virtual field trip today, I'm going to have my students explore the world to see different animal habitats. That's one of the units that we teach, and I think exploring on their own could be a great way for them to start building some knowledge about the topic. So what I need to do is go into ChatGPT and provide it with a prompt on how I want it to create the presentations for the different animal habitats. Once I'm in ChatGPT, I'm going to hit New Chat and then enter the prompt I have created for this specific unit that I'm teaching. The prompt that I gave it says, create a virtual field trip for elementary students about habitats around the world. Include 5 or 6 habitats located across different continents, and for each habitat, provide location, interesting facts, animals that live there, why that habitat is important, 1 discussion question, and 1 image suggestion. I'm going to hit Send Prompt, and it's going to give me the habitats around the world virtual field trip. It gave us the Amazon rainforest, Sahara Desert, Great Barrier Reef, Arctic tundra, bamboo forests, and the boreal forest. Step 2 involves using this information to generate presentations to include in our Padlet. We're going to use Canva AI to make those presentations for us, but I need ChatGPT to help write the prompt. The next thing that we want to say is, I want to use Canva AI to create a presentation for each habitat. Can you give me a prompt for each habitat to provide to Canva AI? So now ChatGPT is creating those prompts for me that I will be able to paste into Canva, so that way Canva can create the presentations for me. So you can see it gave me a prompt for each one. So now we're moving on to step 2. Step 2 is to go into Canva. And once you log in, on the left-hand side, you will have a button that says Canva AI. It says, what will we design today? This is where you're going to paste those prompts from ChatGPT. I copied my first prompt about the Amazon rainforest and I submitted it into Canva AI, and I'm going to hit submit. After a few seconds, Canva gave me an outline on what this presentation will look like, so I'm able to view it over and I can edit or delete anything that I like or do not like. But I think this looks fine, so I'm going to hit Generate Design. Once Canva is completed, you're able to preview the presentation that I created. So it created me a 7-slide slideshow about the Amazon rainforest. Talks about where is the Amazon, facts, animals, why the Amazon matters, and discussion question for my students to think about. Now we need to start thinking about step 3, which is creating our Padlet map. So step 1 was to use ChatGPT to give us our prompts. Step 2 was to create the presentation in Canva. And now step 3, we're going to log into Padlet. If you've never used Padlet before, I have a video explaining how to set up your first Padlet. But what we're going to do is we're going to log in and we're going to hit Make a Padlet, and we're going to be using the map feature for today. And I'm going to call it Habitats Around the World. I'm going to hit Done, and it opens up a blank map. If you hit the settings wheel at the top, you are able to change the map style. I do not prefer the black and white one. I like the traditional one at the top that shows the continents, the different countries, and the oceans as well. You are able to make some other changes to what you want your Padlet to look like, and you can spend time going through those, but I think mine's fine how it is. Now I am ready to connect my Canva presentation to my Padlet. Now what I need to do is go back to my Canva presentation so I'm able to share it with my Padlet. So at the top, I'm going to hit Share, and I'm going to hit See All and find where it says Public View Link. I don't have to worry about downloading it from Canva and uploading it to Padlet. I'm able to quickly share a live link that any student could access. So I'm going to hit Create Public View Link, and I'm going to hit Copy. Now we go back to Padlet and we hit Post, and it's going to ask us what location we want to pin on the map first. So I'm going to type in Amazon rainforest, and you can see it already has that location as a suggested options. So we'll click that, and now we want to choose what we want to share about the Amazon. If you want to add photos, videos, you are able to do that. I'm going to add the link that we got from Canva here. So I'm going to hit paste, and I'm going to hit the arrow Done. And after a few seconds, it processed our link and added it for us. And you are able to write a description of what you want your students to do. So I can write, check out this presentation about the Amazon rainforest. And I'm going to hit publish. So now you can see, once we're looking at that map view again, we do have a pin added to the map. So when students click on the pin, it will pull up the presentation that we made. And that is the 3-step method to creating a location for your virtual field trip. Get the prompts from ChatGPT, create the presentation with Canva, and post it on Padlet Maps. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a few minutes and do the same step-by-step process for the other habitats ChatGPT gave me. Okay, so after about 5 minutes, Canva created the remaining presentations for me. So I have 5 habitats, 5 presentations, 5 virtual experiences my students can use to learn about the different habitats. I have the Amazon rainforest, the Sahara Desert, bamboo forests of China, the Great Barrier Reef, and the Arctic tundra. Now, one of the awesome features about these tools is you can include as much or as little as you want. So if you want to add 5 more locations, you are able to do that. You also have the option of adding videos as well. Imagine you're a student that you're able to really dive in to some of these different locations around the world. It is definitely much more engaging for our students to be exploring on their own than it would be for the teacher to stand up in front of the room and show a very simple presentation just to everybody, where students really don't have a lot of control on what they're seeing or viewing. But you can add so much to these Padlets. You can put videos, photos, articles, presentations. You can add so much to each specific location that you want your students to learn about. The best part is this workflow is not just limited to science. You could use it for history if you're studying different ancient civilizations. You could tag the different locations around the world. You can use the American Revolution. If you're focusing on geography and learning about different countries, you can tag and pin the different countries you are learning about. I also use this specific Padlet workflow when I teach my students about holidays around the world. Same thing, I create those simple presentations about different countries and their holidays, and my students are able to explore and learn about them that way. You also could tie this into ELA. For older students, if you want to focus on authors' hometowns or specific novel sites, if they were referring to specific locations around the world, you can have students dive in that way. There are endless possibilities on how you can use the virtual field trips with this 3-step workflow that I shared today. So let's review those 3 steps. Step 1, using ChatGPT to give you an outline and create the presentation prompts for your locations you'll be using. Then take those prompts and put it into Canva AI Create. Each prompt will be put into Canva to create one presentation for each location. Step 3, use Padlet Maps to share those public view links from Canva to tag the locations in Padlet. If you really enjoyed this video and you want to explore this Padlet on your own, I'll put a link in the description to this Padlet that if you want to share with your students, you can do that. But if you want to just take some time and dig into a little bit on your own, feel free to do that as well. If you are looking for more practical ways to use AI to help save you time and create more engaging activities, please hit that like and subscribe button. I would really appreciate all the support. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.